And we were very lucky, the Sligo County Council at the time had funding from Europe to put in a variety of pathways throughout Sligo, and we were just lucky that we asked for funding when they had the money to give it to us. So we were one of 5 pathways that they put in with this load of money they got from Europe. And we're hoping that we'll be able to open it up to public in a way that we can bring in specialists like Michael here, who's a specialist on wildlife, just to allow people to explore and to enjoy what they're actually seeing in the woodland as they go through. So the woodland, it's about 20 years old now, so it's kind of semi-mature, and it's just at that lovely stage where it's just bursting with life, and every year it goes 1 year older and there's just more to see. It's just, at this time of year, it's just bursting. So Michael, we're very privileged to have him. He's volunteered to come here today to lead the walk. He knows everything there is to know about anything wild. Bird, insect.
Lovely.
But no pressure for this man. He just is such an enthusiast. He knows everything. So he's going to just guide it and just show us what it is we see as we go through. So feel free to ask any questions. So we're very lucky.
Okay, well it's great that Mark and Fiona opened this up to the public. It is fantastic walking there. Been probably 3 or 4 times already. You know, I'm looking forward to coming back and exploring throughout the year. Just say I'm not really an expert, but real keen in nature, and I do a lot of nature education in schools. That would be my main job, visit schools and talk about nature. I'd always have been interested in birds, but also insects, and I'm certainly not an expert in plants, but I'd have a kind of, I know the common woodland plants. And the idea of we'll just walk slowly, we'll stop, we'll listen, we'll look and see, and whatever we see going around, we'll point out. First thing I'll point out, right above my head, do you hear the little bird singing there? That very high pitch. That's actually the smallest bird in Ireland. I don't know if you'll see him up there. I got a few pictures of some birds. We did a Dawn Chorus walk here a couple of weeks ago. You'd had to been here for, I think it was 5 o'clock for that one. But there's a lot of birds singing this time. That's the little goldcrest there. I said it's the smallest bird in Ireland. A lot of people think the wren is. This is just a teeny bit smaller than the wren. And they're actually very, very common. And if you hear in places like this, and if you recognise that song, you'll hear them. You don't see them very often. So I said they're usually up the tops of the trees. But we'll kind of point some of the other birds' song out as we're going around too. There's lots and lots of birds we're singing up there this morning, so hopefully they'll. So say, I just point out there's lots of house martins flying around here. There's the house martin, and you see it's got a very white rump, very obvious when it flies away. And those are the ones that will build the mud nest on the outside wall of the house, and I think they're probably coming down there to collect mud to take off to their nest. But there's about 7 or 8 of them flying around, and we've had 1 or 2 swallows as well. I don't see any swallows at the minute. These are all the house martins here. So a lot of people do mistake them for swallows. They do migrate to Africa for the winter like swallows, and would be closely related to the swallows as well. Okay, we've just got a couple more join us and we'll be ready to head up the trail. I say we'll just go slow and we'll stop and look and listen. If you've any questions along the way, of course, feel free to ask. If I can't answer them, Molly over there will be able to. I'm sure she's a real expert. So.